So should you get a business credit card for your business? Of course, the answer to this is it depends. A credit card is a tool, and like any other tool, it can be really useful if you use it properly, or it can be harmful if you don't use it properly. Think, for example, with a hammer. A hammer can be really useful. It can help you construct something. It can help you build a house. But if you don't use it properly, it can also be really dangerous, right? You might smash your finger, or sometimes it could be used to harm people. The same with fire. Fire is a tool. Fire can keep you alive by keeping you warm. It can help you cook. But if used improperly, it can cause harm to you. It could burn down property. So it's all about how you use it. The same with a credit card. Credit cards can be super valuable, super beneficial, but they can also really harm someone's life, and I've seen both cases. For myself, just on a personal side, I've had a credit card since I was 18. I use it for pretty much everything. 95% of my purchases go on my credit card. I have credit cards where I don't pay annual fees, and I always pay my credit card on time. So in all the years that I've had a credit card, I've really only accumulated about 15 cents of interest because I always pay my credit card on time, and there was just once or twice where I was a few days late or something. So for me, it's been really valuable, really beneficial. I've received lots of points for purchasing food and things like that. So it's been a huge net benefit to me. Whereas for other people, it's been terrible, right? They get a credit card when they're young. They don't really know how to use it or understand how credit scores work. They think it's kind of just free money. They go buy a bunch of stuff they don't need with money they don't really have, and then they don't pay off their credit card debt, and then it hurts their credit score. The credit company takes them to a collections agency, and then they have a collections report on their credit score. It can really just create a lot of problems for them, making it harder to get a loan for a vehicle, maybe get a mortgage for a home, and things like that. So again, credit is a tool. Use it properly, or don't use it at all, because it can be harmful. But in the case of a business, getting a business credit card can be really useful. It just depends who's using it and how they're going to use it. Some of the benefits would be the ability to get free short-term loans. So with credit cards, typically they have a 1-month cycle, and then after that, they have a 21-day grace period. So if your monthly credit card cycle started the 1st of the month and ended the 30th, and then you have that 3-week grace period, what you could do is make a purchase on the 1st of the month, and then you don't actually have to pay that back for about 7 weeks. So it's 7 weeks of an interest-free loan. So that can be a great way to get free loans to carry you over for very short periods of time. Maybe you're doing a project and your customer's not going to pay you until you're done, but you need to buy some supplies for that. Using a credit card in that situation could be really useful, especially if it's offering you some free benefits like extra insurance, extended warranty, some types of points for flying with an airline, or getting discounts or accumulated points that you can redeem at certain stores for shopping. So it can be really beneficial. Also, some vendors or some suppliers might require that you have a business credit card just so that you can create a credit account with them. But on the other hand, it can be detrimental to your business, and again, just depends how you're using it and who's using it. So maybe you want to be careful with which employees can use it and how they can use it. Or if you, the business owner, have a bad history, a bad relationship with credit, then maybe you want to avoid it. I've seen situations where a small company got a credit card and one of the employees was using it inappropriately, and that created some issues within the company. And then he ended up leaving in part because of that. It's one of those things where you have to look at the trade-offs, look at the good and bad, look at your business situation and determine if it makes most sense. And if it does make sense to get one, shop around to see what the different offers are, what the different benefits are, things like that, because some cards will make more sense for you and your business than other cards. And then one last thing to keep in mind is that if your business is incorporated, you can get a credit card that's tied to that separate legal entity. So it's a credit card that's belonging to this corporation, and therefore the corporation is going to have its own credit score. Whereas if you are a proprietorship, a partnership, an unincorporated business, that credit card is just going to be tied to the owner, and so it will affect the credit score of the person who it's registered to.